Welcome to the Positive Sports Podcast, or should I say the Camo Hat and Gentleman Podcast.
That's right.
All we need is some tobacco, right? You in your mouth and me in a pipe.
And a straw hat.
And a straw hat, that's right. Welcome to the Positive Sports Podcast, very special episode 28, brought to you tonight. I will be your host this evening, Ed Montana. Alongside me today, my trucker hat wearing brother. Camo hat wearing brother?
I may be the trucker hat wearing brother, but I swear.
Hold on. My brother Alex.
Thank you.
Lest anyone forget.
I don't need an introduction.
That's a good point.
Because I'm not the one looking spiffy. I know it's the trade deadline, but dude, you're looking mighty sharp. Where's the mock neck?
Wheeling and dealing. I am. I'm making trades, baby.
Where's the mock neck?
No, hey, when you get to the trade deadline, it's all business, man.
It's all business?
You can't be casual with a mock neck.
You're looking good.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're looking good. Finally, about time you're looking good.
It's only taken me damn near 50 years.
Well, shit. Wheeling and dealing, let's get into it.
Yeah, the MLB trades, right? So we had the All Star Game, the Home Run Derby. That's always fun and nice. But
yeah.
But really, when I think about July, and maybe this shows how old I am, I think about the trade deadline more than the All Star Game. Although, to go back, to be fair, Bryce Harper winning the Home Run Derby, especially the way he did, was really cool. The All Star Game itself with 10 home runs and the back and forth in the late innings, it was really, really good All Star event for Major League Baseball. I thought it was great.
How cool is that? Your dad pitching to you on the Home Run Derby. I mean, that's like your dad. You know, we both play Little League ball. That's like dad going to the game and just watching you play. Bryce Harper's dad was pitching to him.
I can't imagine.
Cool.
Imagine anything better than pitching to your son in the Home Run Derby and he wins it.
Yeah.
Robinson Cano did it with his dad a few years ago.
That's right.
Or or being on the other side, right? To be Bryce Harper and to have your dad slinging fastballs at you and you're crushing them. It feels good to crush whatever your dad throws at you. But also, B, to be out there with your old man. I mean, how many times have they done that growing up?
Right.
And now they're doing it on such a big stage. Yeah, I think a father-son combo should win every year.
Absolutely.
That would be the coolest thing.
Not to mention, Mr. Harper is freaking wrecked. Holy smoly.
Mr. Harper has found the pipeline to the Mexican supplements. Holy shit.
What is that guy on?
I was afraid of him until he smiled.
Now, if they go back and test him,
well, he'll get an 80 game, he'll get a 50 game suspension, but Bryce Harper will get to keep the home run.
He'll get to keep it.
Yeah, I mean, they don't take away wins from a team when they didn't take away the Mariners' wins once they popped Robinson Cano this year.
True.
Right.
True.
So you get to keep it. But anyway, so the big news. The trade deadline, all the wheeling and dealing, got started kind of early. Yeah. And to me, far and away, that you never know what's going to happen here in the next 10 days or whatever. But the biggest move was the first move.
Yeah.
Holy shit. The Dodgers landing Manny Machado for, what was it, a 6-pack?
No, they're prospects. They're called prospects, okay?
Oh, yeah. I call them Heinekens.
Now, I mean, the Dodgers by far won this trade, okay?
Well, we don't know that yet.
We don't know that yet. We'll get into that a little bit later. But as of now, on paper, I mean, they've won the trade, right?
And he started off well for the Dodgers.
Corey Seager out at shortstop for the season. They picked this guy up.
Who can play third, so you can spell Justin Turner if he needs a day off.
Which actually, he's going to play third tonight because Turner's on the disabled list now. But I mean, this is a huge bet in that lineup, man. And defensively, I mean, we all know what Machado can do.
Yeah, it's great for the Dodgers. And remember when we did our MLB preview, we both picked the Dodgers to win the West. Yeah. And not you, but I think me, I said they would win it rather easily. And I've been wrong because they started off with a lot of injuries, started off slow. It looked like they were in trouble early on. In fact, there were some people calling them done through the middle of May. But they got healthy and they've gotten themselves back into the division. But they're in a dogfight. I mean, they're still the best team in that division, let's face it. But they're in a dogfight. Arizona, Colorado, and San Francisco. I expect I expect Colorado to drop off. I don't know about the other two. I think Arizona will hang around because they've got good pitching. I expect Colorado to fall off, and I kind of expect San Francisco to fall off. But either way, they've got to win the division because it's not looking like the wild card's going to come out. Well, the wild card might, the way it stands right now.
Honestly, I feel like this division, the NL West, is going to be a slugfest because I feel that none of these teams have pitching.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't know what you're going to get out of Bumgarner when he comes back. You don't know what...
Isn't he back already?
Or is he back?
I think so.
Well, I haven't heard much, so I'm not... And then Kershaw, he landed back on the DL. You don't know how he... I mean, these teams aren't really stacked with pitching, and we all know when come playoff time, it's pitching that's going to dominate.
And that's why I think the Rockies specifically are going to fall off. I think they're the worst pitching team out of the three. And
playing at Coors.
Arizona and but even in spite of that.
And
Arizona and the Dodgers, I feel, have the best pitching. Certainly when Kershaw comes back, I think the Dodgers have the best pitching in that division, and now obviously their lineup is stacked. Not that it wasn't stacked before. So I think the Dodgers are looking really, really good, in that division. The deal was great for them. My only problem with the deal is. And again, because I guess I'm thinking about it not as a fan, right? Because if I was a fan of the Dodgers, I'd be like, yay, we're going to win the World Series this year. I think of it as kind of long-term. Are you renting Machado for 3 months? What's going to happen in free agency? There's a lot of talk that the Phillies are going to be hot after him in the offseason. I'm sure there'll be other teams because he is going to be, a prize free agent along with Bryce Harper, I think. And the way he started off here with the Dodgers, especially if he keeps it up through the playoffs and performs well in the playoffs, it's going to be tough. There's going to be a lot of people hot after him.
But how many times have we seen a team make that one splash at the trade deadline and the team really doesn't win the whole thing, We've seen it so many times. And they haven't been able, and a lot of times in the past, these teams haven't been able to re-sign these players.
Yeah.
Some teams give up the farm, man, and the Dodgers did that.
It seems to me like if I'm going back into my memory bank, which is not very good because I'm damn near 50. It seems to me like when you make this big splash short-term deal, it works. But it doesn't work for the ultimate prize. It gets you to the World Series, a la the '84 Cubs, but you don't win it.
Right.
It gets you to the 2015 World Series. You're in a Cespedes with the Mets, but you don't win it.
Right.
And I feel like, to me, as a fan, to me, it's not worth it. What do you think?
Oh, it's absolutely worth it. You got to take the chance. You have to take the chance. I mean,
but the Dodgers weren't a bad team. The Dodgers weren't a bad team without Manny Machado. They went to the World Series last year without Manny Machado. Why give up the farm to rent a player for a few months?
Bro, you're missing your all-star shortstop. And now, potentially, who knows how long Justin Turner's going to be out. So now, Manny Machado all of a sudden fills two pairs of shoes.
Well, no, he doesn't, because he's only going to play in one position.
Right, but still.
I mean, he's good, but he's not that good. With the shift that they use a lot, he may just play on the left side of the infield by himself.
Exactly. Right-handed batters, you'll have 4 infielders to the left side.
That's a lot of range, bro. That's a lot of range.
No, yeah, I think you have to take a chance, bro, because you're missing your all-star shortstop. You have to. That's a big void to fill, man.
I think you made it. I think you made it. Look, he's not.
You made it with a healthy team.
Is Seager going to be out for the rest of the season?
Yeah, he's out for the season.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
But even so, especially the Dodgers, the way they just bring people up from the minors and they're awesome. Corey Seager's a perfect example, right? Bellinger.
Max Muncy.
Yeah, the guy from the home run derby, Max Muncy. Yeah. I don't know that I would do it.
Oh, man, you have to, bro. And on top, you're in a dogfight in the West. Right now, you're in a dogfight.
But again,
this gets you.
That's a 90 game dogfight. The season's 162 games, and I just don't think those teams are going to last. I mean, look, if I'm the Phillies, oh yeah, I do that Manny Machado deal all day. I'm a young team, right? If that's the way I want to go, I go. I do it. If I'm the Brewers, even though I need pitching, I do it. If I'm the Mariners, I do it all day, every day.
Yeah.
If I'm the Mets, well, the Mets.
Hey, that's a sore spot. Let's not go there. Stay on track, brother. Stay on track.
Did you see Noah Syndergaard's headed to the DL?
Dude,
he's got a busted toe.
Toe, hand, mouth disease. What the fudge is that?
Everything's broken on that guy.
He got it from a camp. I blame those damn kids.
They must have been Nationals fans.
Bro,
did he do a camp in DC or in Philadelphia? I
don't understand. Listen, the Mets will reinvent the wheel when it comes to medical issues. There will be diseases that you never even thought of.
I've never heard of this afflicting a baseball player.
I don't understand.
Speaking of stuff I've never seen before. My son played in a tournament this weekend.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was him pitching or if it was... I think it was him. He was pitching. A kid on first with 2 out.
Yeah.
And he's gotten confident now with the pickoff. So, he'll throw over there. And he doesn't make excellent throws, but it's always catchable, right? It doesn't end up down the right field line, which is always your concern. He gets this kid leaning the wrong way. And the first baseman catches it, and the kid's like, "Oh crap, I'm caught!" Starts running towards home plate.
Whoa! Talk about going the wrong way.
And the first baseman's like, gonna tag him, and then he runs that way. So then he just turns around and stands in front of the base, and I'm thinking, you have to tag him because if that kid takes off to second, you're in trouble. But yeah, and that's what the Mets medical report is. All of a sudden you see something you've never seen before. Hand, foot, mouth. Hey, he's a pitcher. All he needs is a damn arm.
Speechless. I don't know.
We've gone completely off the rails.
That's okay.
We went from a serious topic of the MLB trade deadline
to the laughingstock of the major leagues
to injury reports to kids running the home plate getting picked up.
Is there video of that?
I wish.
That would be great.
Oh my god! I've been watching baseball since I was 3. I have never in my entire life seen that. I've even seen T-ball. I've seen little kids run directly from first to third. I've seen that. I've never seen a kid get picked up and start running towards home plate. It was hilarious.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was. Anyway, back to the trade deadline. We digress. Holy shit, we went off the rails. Hold on, maybe the coffee will get me back.
Yeah, whatever you put in the Joe, it's working. So yeah, I mean, you absolutely have to make the trade. I mean, you're picking up a freaking all-star with a chance to re-sign him. He's 25 years old. The numbers he's putting up are freaking fantastic.
You would have had a chance to sign him in the offseason anyway without giving up the 5 prospects like the Dodgers.
I don't know. My question is, what the hell are the Orioles doing? I mean, you got a chance to trade. I understand within the division, but you got a chance to trade with the Yankees, who have major league ready players. Not to mention, you have other pieces that you're looking to trade that you can get value.
I think they did the right thing.
You think so?
They got 5 prospects, and I think 2 of them are damn near major league ready.
I don't know.
The Orioles are not 1 player away or 2 players away.
No,
and,
not at all.
Obviously, when you get prospects, depending on where they are on the food chain, AAA, AA, single A, it's never a slam dunk just because they're called prospects that they're going to make it to the major leagues. So there's always some risk there. They got 5 of them. Surely 1 or 2 will pan out, and
Yeah, it could be, but
do you want to deal them in the division and have to get murked by them, 18 times a year?
Who cares? He might still end up in the division next year, and you didn't get as good prospects and Major League Baseball ready players.
Yeah, but they wouldn't have gotten 5, Alex. The Yankees would have given him what, 1? And who were they going to give him?
Dude,
they'd have given him that crappy Andujar guy. Sorry, Andujar, he's a good player, but
he's not.
But
crappy.
I mean, compared to everyone else, you are crappy.
Did you see the Yankees have Sunday Acevedo?
Does he play the rest of the week?
Yeah, his name is Domingo.
So let me get. Is he on the Ohtani schedule? He only pitches on Sunday?
Might be. I don't know. But this guy, he can pitch whenever he wants. You know why? He's 6'7", 250 pounds.
That's not that heavy, but that is quite tall.
Dude, he's a monster. You got to see him.
I have not.
Yeah, you got to see him. He's a monster. Domingo Acevedo, go check him out. He's in the Yankees AAA team. Monster.
I like it.
I mean, off the mound, bro, 6'7", 250 to stare at?
You figure by the time he throws the ball, the mound is 60 feet, 6 inches from home plate. Yep. By the time he throws it, it's like he's throwing it from like 43 feet away.
Oh, shit. I mean, yeah, who knows how his wingspan, right? I mean...
Jesus, that's got to be intimidating.
Yeah.
Ugh. Speaking of intimidating, you know who's going to get intimidating now? I mean, they've got an easy ride through their division. But picking up Hand for their bullpen makes Cleveland the real deal.
Now there's a team. Did they really need to pick up Hand?
Well, yeah, their bullpen is trash. The only reason they're getting away with it is because they're in a trash division, basura.
Yeah.
Have you thought about doing a podcast in Spanish?
I have not thought about it, but now that I think about it, I think I could.
We'll have to do that one day.
I think I could. Why not?
I'll have to try. Man, I need some ADD meds or some shit. Jesus Christ, what is wrong with me? Yeah, I think that is a big... That's a big addition for them. It's going to help them immensely. Because, look, in the playoffs, you can't face that Yankee lineup for 3 innings with a shitty bullpen. You just can't. I mean, they've got great starters. It'll take them through 6 or 7. But especially in the playoffs where the game slows down, the intensity of it, you got teams like the Red Sox and the Yankees that work counts. You lose your starter in the 6th, and you got to get 3 innings out of that bullpen.
Right. And I think they're due to get back Andrew Miller.
Yeah,
pretty soon.
Help. Yeah.
And the Indians are one of those teams that are kind of flying under the radar, right? Playing in a really weak division. You got the Yankees in Boston battling now in the East. You got, the Astros
dominating the West.
Seattle, and pretty much dominating from the start, right? And the Indians are kind of flying under the radar, but,
But they're still on pace for, I think they're on pace for 100 wins.
I'm sure.
So, they're not, yeah, you're right. They're not, they're not in the news, but actually they're not on pace for 100.
No.
They're on pace for about 90.
All right, well.
They've fallen off a little bit here in the last 10 games or so. But they still have a 10-game lead over Minnesota.
Yeah, they'll probably get larger as the season goes on.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Indians got a good squad, man. So they traded for a reliever.
Yeah.
What team in the American League do you think needs to make a trade that will maybe,
Look, no question. No question Seattle needs to make some moves. Yeah. I don't know what those moves are because I think they need another bat, specifically probably a right-handed bat in that lineup. But they've got to do something. I can't now. The way things are shaking out right now, the Red Sox are kind of starting to pull away from the Yankees. They got a 5-game lead on them. The Red Sox are playing ridiculous. Yeah. They're on pace for like 120 wins. I mean, they're just playing ridiculous baseball right now. Shout out to JD Martinez, my pick for MVP in the American League. Did I say that out loud? My bad.
You did.
Go back and catch the Positive Sports Podcast episode, MLB preview. Anyway.
On YouTube, iTunes, Podbean, and Google Play.
If you agree with me, go ahead and reach out to me. Give me a shout out on Twitter, eMontana21.
Or myself on Twitter, at Brooklyn Gaucho.
Let my brother know he's a doofus for not picking him. You can email the show at positivesports10@gmail.com. Positivesports10@gmail.com. Holy shit.
Hit subscribe and like, damn it.
Holy shit. This coffee is strong today. I'm going to take another swig because I can talk even faster.
So, yes, Red Sox are just flying right now. Chris Sale's got to be the nastiest pitcher in the league, which I picked, by the way, as the Cy Young. We're on fire.
And if you agree with him, you can reach out to him.
On Twitter, Brooklyn Gaucho.
Jesus Christ. This is the most ADD episode ever. You know how we have those episodes where we NBA playoff preview or special episode with Juan the Kraken Adams? This one's going to be the ADD episode. ADHD. I guess if we sit down and manage to not like run around the studio here, we don't have to call it ADHD, but ADD. Oh, show.
Well, coffee's a hell of a drug, people.
Yeah, why do people do that cocaina?
I don't know. Just do coffee.
Yeah, just do coffee.
You can act like us two dumbasses.
Well, there went that endorsement. You know, Juan Valdez is going, oh, damn. There go my coffee sales.
No coffee.
Seattle needs to make a move. If they're going to compete with the top 4, they've got to make a move. That's a young team. Maybe they don't want to make a move. Maybe they don't want to trade away pieces. Maybe they want to keep growing and see what they can do. I'd be okay with that. In the American League, there's really no one else that's got a real chance.
Come on, man. There's one team that absolutely must make a trade, and
in the American League.
Oakland
is. But Oakland's not good.
No, it's got to be the Angels, bro. I know they're 15 games out in the West, 10 in the wild card, but you know what? When you have the best player in baseball, Mike Trout, and you got Shohei Ohtani, you got to make some moves, bro. How do you
pronounce that?
Yeah, right.
How do you pronounce that?
Shohei Ohtani.
I gotta hear him say that.
No, the Angels need to make some moves, bro. Because listen.
10 games is too much.
It's too much, but when you have to catch Oakland and Tampa Bay, it's not too much. Come on, bro.
Well, no. They've got to catch.
Okay.
They've got to pass Oakland and Tampa Bay and then catch Seattle.
Okay, and you're gonna tell me that they can't do that?
10 games with 62 to go?
Absolutely. They are the one team that needs to make a trade. They need to go get a pitcher and possibly another bat.
And they desperately need a pitcher.
And that's it. That's all you need. It's that simple, bro. A pitcher and a
Who
batter.
are they gonna get?
Oh man, there's plenty out there. Cole Hamels. You can try getting Chris Archer from Tampa Bay.
They're not going to trade him to you. They're in the middle of the fight themselves.
Well, if you give them a little something, come on, bro. Tampa Bay is.
They're joking.
Tampa Bay. Have you seen their carpet?
Here's my question: are the Mets going to deal DeGrom or Syndergaard for that matter? Although no one wants him now that his hand, foot, and mouth.
Man, I mean, you're kind of asking the wrong person. Because I'm a Met fan. In case you haven't figured it out yet.
I don't think anyone knew that.
If you haven't figured it out yet.
I'm glad you told them.
But
they would have never known.
At this point, it doesn't matter what the Mets do because you are still owned by the Wilpons.
No, but that's not my question.
Then no.
That's not my question. My question is, are they going to deal DeGrom?
No, they're not going to deal him. Is
that the right move?
That is the absolute worst move. That is the worst move because you're not going to contend, and he's under contract for the next 2 years, so your return can be great for him.
I agree and disagree. You
can't do both.
I agree with you that they are not going to deal him.
Oh, okay.
I disagree with you. I think it is absolutely the right move.
That they don't.
I think they should keep him. He is a cornerstone #1 starter for years to come. If Syndergaard can get his hand, foot, mouth, and shoulder working again, you've got a terrific 1-2. You still have Steven Matz who is developing. You still have a very good pitching staff that again, the story with the Mets over the last 3 years, if they can stay healthy, moving some pieces around, they can be a really good team next year. So I don't think you get rid of DeGrom.
Well, I mean, you don't pitch all game long. You also have to bat. And that's the problem, too. They spent the money on the wrong pieces of players. And again, it comes down to the ownership and the GM. Dude, you know how many GMs the Mets have right now? Sandy Alderson went down. You know how many GMs they have right now? They have 3 GMs. They have 3 GMs who just traded.
They're definitely not going to make a deal then.
Who just traded away Familia for a 24-year-old single-A player.
He's a prospect.
He's
good.
In single A. 24 years old. That's like getting left back 3 freaking times, people. Okay? That's like being...
And you would know.
10. That's like being 8 years old in like pre-K. Nah, bro, you got to trade...
That poor guy.
You got to trade him. But, you have to rebuild at this point. At this point, you have to rebuild.
I disagree.
You're not 1-2 pieces away. You're in rebuild mode at this point.
You have a solid pitching staff, and I think the bats. You had the right bats, and people stay healthy. That's the problem. Is you kind of don't even know what you have because you never have the same lineup you never have the same lineup from one game to the next.
So Cespedes came back, played against the Yankees on Friday, hit a home run, by the way, which is great for his stats. And then he's back on the DL because of his heel.
In less than 24 hours.
In less than 24 hours.
In less than 24 hours, he went from off the DL to hitting a home run in the game to back on the DL.
For something that could possibly require surgery, but they're just now finding out about it. I don't get it.
I don't understand the medical issues with that team.
My one message to the Mets fans that go out to games, stop going to the games.
That's not going to make it.
Stop. Oh, yes, it will. Oh, yes, it will.
It won't because they're making all their money from the network.
What team in the National League needs to make a move?
Look, the Brewers need pitching help bad.
Yep.
Or the Cubs are going to run away from them. I think the D-backs can continue to contend and possibly win. Philadelphia and Atlanta, look, it depends on which way you want to go. And I've said this before with both of those teams, especially now that it looks like the Nationals are not going to make a move. If you're the Braves and the Phillies, why would you make a move? Why would you mess with this young talent? Let them play it out. Is it going to get you to the World Series? Probably not. But the experience and of getting them through the chase and then in the offseason doing something, I think is a better way to go. Because even if they add a piece, I don't think they're going to win the World Series. And to me, make a move to win the World Series.
Yeah, but if they would have, let's say they would have gotten Manny Machado. I mean, now you would have been talking here today saying, man, the Phillies are gonna now they become not a powerhouse.
I still wouldn't have thought them to be favored over the Dodgers, and I still wouldn't think that they would beat anyone from the American League in the World Series. So if they make that deal, I don't even think they're getting to the World Series.
No.
Or I should say, it would be close, but I still think the Dodgers would beat them. I think Arizona needs to make a move. I think. Colorado and the Giants, if they want to stay in this thing, they need to make moves.
I think the Brewers.
Heck, even Pittsburgh can make a move. They're not that far out in the wild card. They're only 4 games out in the wild card. They've been hot lately. Make a move, bolster yourself, and maybe you get into the playoffs. Because I think the National League playoffs, with the exception of the Dodgers, is wide open. Yeah. I don't trust the Cubs either.
I agree.
So. And with as many injuries as the Dodgers have had, hey, look, if the Mets go out there and they touch them and they get a hit of that injury bug that the Mets been spreading around, it's over for them. They get hand, foot, mouth, back, shoulder, butt. It'll all break down on them.
Manfred's just going to step in and say, hey, Mets, you can't play anymore for the rest of the season.
I wonder how long before Manfred just quarantines the Mets and doesn't let them have contact with them.
Yeah, really.
No. You can't tag. Don't touch them.
Oh, that'd be awesome. They'll be safe everywhere.
Yeah, but then they won't be able to get out either. Yeah, no.
I think the Brewers are the team, bro, that must make a move. They have a good offense. They have a pretty decent offense.
Their lineup is legit.
Now they just need a pitcher, man. Top of the line pitcher to. Remember CC Sabathia? Years ago?
That's right.
He went on a freaking crazy run with them. Now, of course, we mentioned it earlier, didn't result to a not even a series win. I think they got beat.
Yeah, they got bounced in the first round.
Yeah, so, but still, he propelled them to get there.
You got to get in the playoffs before you can make it to the World Series,
is
right?
that the saying?
Nah, which we haven't used that saying since 2015. Jesus Christ.
Quit talking about my Mets, damn it.
Well, there was a trade. There was also a trade in the NBA. Switching gears.
Ooh, there was.
Leonard.
A very late trade.
Leonard sent to the Toronto Raptors for DeMar DeRozan. You know who I'm really happy for in that deal? Even though it was kind of a bitch move and a slap in the face, I'm really happy for DeMar DeRozan. Because I don't think Toronto, as constructed, was going to win. Something about the chemistry in that team just didn't work right in the playoffs. It worked great during the season. We saw that. But in the playoffs, it never worked. It didn't work this year. It didn't work last year. It didn't work the year before that. It didn't work the year before that. And DeMar DeRozan, by all accounts, is a good dude. And now he gets to go play for Pop.
Damn, it don't get any better than that.
You know, I mean, can you go anywhere? I mean, granted, he was just with the coach of the year, who, by the way, got fired. And is no longer their coach, so I guess that's not that good after all. But, you know, and going into an organization like that, I think he's going to fit in well, and I think he's going to be really good there. I think it's the Spurs are in a little bit of a rebuilding mode, but if you can get LaMarcus Aldridge, you know, healthy and in the fold, I think that's going to be a great situation for him. And quite frankly, Leonard to the Raptors, but for the fact that the East sucks now because LeBron's gone and, well, I guess you still got the Celtics to deal with. It looks like it's going to be a 2-horse race between Toronto and Boston, and I'm just not something not right with Leonard.
You know, the Raptors are going to catch bad karma because the way they
hand, foot, mouth disease.
And foot, mouth disease. Don't come to Citi Field, damn it. Look, bro. They pretty much slapped DeMar DeRozan in the face, you know? Yeah. And I can understand his frustration, but it might end up... It's going to end up being a good move for him and for the Spurs.
I agree.
The Spurs won the deal. Hands down.
Yeah.
Because you let go of a top 5 player when healthy, and you don't know what the hell he wants, where he wants to be. He doesn't talk. And the Raptors, you know, if anything, you try to deal Kyle Lowry. I mean, you probably don't get as much as in return.
Could they have done the deal for Lowry though? See, I don't think the Spurs would have done it.
Probably not.
The Spurs won't do it.
Probably not. But you know, you could have done something, you know, during the season. Not during the season, but you could have explored some deals, you know, during free agency and see what just test the waters. I mean, you knew you were going to get rid of DeRozan. You already knew. They've been talking for quite some time.
I think it's a terrible move.
The trade happened overnight, but they were talking for some time. So, you know, and then...
I mean, what other landing spots were there for Leonard?
I mean, the Sixers would have been a good landing spot. I don't know what they would have given up. They've had a pretty bad free agency. They lost quite a few players. They're going to have to replenish that bench.
They haven't done anything, have they?
Well, they've lost a bunch of players.
But I mean, they haven't signed anyone.
No. I wonder what it would have cost to get Leonard from...
I would guess it would cost one of those two pieces, right?
So?
Embiid or Simmons. I can't imagine that the Spurs would have let Leonard go for less than... I mean,
if you're the Sixers, do you trade one of those away for Leonard? I don't think I do.
I don't think I do either.
At this point...
And here's the thing. It probably wouldn't have been Embiid. It probably would have been Simmons.
And
do you really want to trade away your third-year point guard?
No.
Second-year point guard? First-year point guard? What the hell is he? First year, second year, third year?
Look at me, people. The rookie of the year. That's all I'm going to say.
He didn't...
I'm sorry. The sophomore of the year.
The sophomore rookie of the year?
The 2-year pro of the year.
Rookie of the year. The 2-year rookie of the year?
The 2-year rookie of the year. Go figure. But listen, here's the thing. Whoever would have traded for Leonard, the guy doesn't freaking talk, man.
Well, he talks to someone, obviously.
Where does he want to be?
He obviously talks to someone. What's concerning is how he was on a path to rehab and recover with the Spurs, and then halfway through that process, shut them out and went and did his own thing. That's the part that's concerning. And look, man, if you can't work with Pop and the Spurs organization, then and you're pulling this kind of prima donna move, what the hell do you think he's gonna do in Toronto? He's gonna think he's running shit over there.
Right.
I mean, he's gonna think he's. I mean, Jay-Z, I run this city. I mean, what the fuck? He's crazy.
Either way, I don't think the Raptors are gonna fall off much. Probably like you said, 1 or 2. Probably maybe two or 3. I don't know, man.
They're not gonna fall off much because there's nothing to compete against in the East.
That's true.
Right? I mean, if LeBron was still there, and J.R. Smith running things,
how great are the Lakers gonna be to watch next year? Tell me how great they're gonna be.
But the only reason I want to watch them is because I just know at some point Lance Stevenson and LeBron are going to come to blows.
Wait, they got Lance Stevenson, JaVale McGee, Rajon Rondo, and Mike Romeo join Beasley.
I mean,
how great is that? I hope that team's on NBA on TNT every night. I want to watch that team.
Instead of basketball wives, it'll be basketball blunts. I mean, it'll be so much fun to watch. It's going to be a soap opera.
Oh, and then you have LeVar. Dude, that's a starting 5 right there, bro. That's the only reason. Like, I don't care that LeBron's there. Who cares?
LeBron is going to be the most boring
He's gonna be
topic
boring.
about that team.
Wow. Good job, Magic.
Give it up for Magic, right?
Pulling the strings.
He's pulling the strings. He got LeBron and Manny Machado in 1 month.
Yeah, no shit. Damn.
Damn, bro. He just slinging that money around.
So, does Leonard stay with the Raptors? Does he re-up with the Raptors?
I'm going to guess yes.
You're going to guess yes?
Yeah, because they're going to let him do whatever the hell he wants.
It wouldn't surprise me if he does, because he is that low-key type of guy.
And Toronto, when it comes to the NBA,
let me tell you
about
something.
as low-key as it gets, bro. Except, because, there's more shots of Drake at a Raptors game than there is of the Raptors playing basketball.
I mean, I can totally see him staying there. There's nothing to do.
Hey, man, he can do whatever. He's going to be able to do whatever the hell he wants. Because right about the time they bring in a coach who's a little too good, wins Coach of the Year or some shit, out of here, bro. You're gone. That's the end of that, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I don't... This is going to be... I think this move puts, all of a sudden, the Spurs, moves them up a spot or two.
Yeah.
I think they were maybe middle of the pack, 6,
well, let's think
5
about
or
it.
6.
Let's think about it. Last year, they were the 7 seed in the playoffs.
7?
7 or 8? 7, right? They were way down there. Got drubbed in the first round.
Right, because they played those Warriors.
Right. Yeah. So
Okay.
they were the 7. Rockets were the 1. So, and then the other big NBA thing, which I don't understand why this is a big NBA thing until he actually lands somewhere where he's actually going to be.
Who's that?
Which is Melo getting waived. Traded to the Hawks and waived.
Oh.
So, and now all the talk is that the Rockets are the front runner. Why would you get another ball hog for this team?
That's another team I want to watch next year if they get Melo. Harden and Melo fighting for the ball.
God.
This is my beef with the Rockets real quick. Before you even talk about signing Melo, and I don't care if it's for the league minimum or whatever he's going to make, $2.4 million, you better sign Clint Capella.
Yeah.
And I don't care if you don't think he's worth $100 million, you give him $100 million. Because
in today's NBA, he's more than worth $100 million.
Pay the man. Pay the man. Extend him. He's more valuable in the future than Melo is right now.
Or forevermore.
I mean, that's it, man. You already got a scorer.
Yeah, no. Yeah, absolutely.
Chris Paul's even a scorer. He can take over a game anytime. You don't need Melo.
No, you don't.
The last thing you need, trust me, the Knicks can vouch for this. The last thing you need is D'Antoni and Melo on the same team.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Dude.
The Rockets will drop 10 wins if they bring on Melo.
I agree.
Easy.
I agree.
And if they don't sign Capella, they're going to drop 20.
I mean, you already have Harden who plays Olay defense. Can you imagine having 2 of your 5 starters on the floor playing that type of no defense?
I'm not even a Rockets fan, but if they sign Melo, it's going to make me mad. If they sign Melo and don't sign Capella, it's going to make me mad. I'll polish up my resume and send it over there because it's only a matter of time before the GM gets fired for doing something that stupid.
Yeah, that would be the wrong move, I think. But
I can't imagine Daryl Morey will do that. He's one of the best, man. That'd be terrible. That would drive me nuts.
Yeah, that would be the wrong move.
Oh, gives me shivers.
Yeah, terrible. What who else? The Thunder. Thunder have made some moves. They've made some moves. Getting rid of Melo is a great move to begin with.
That's addition by subtraction there.
They've added Schroeder. I mean, that's a great. That's not a great. That's a good backup.
Decent move.
And
you still have arguably the best player in the NBA in Russell Westbrook. And Paul George.
As
a sidekick.
And Samuel beer drinking Adams.
That's true.
He's not a bad center.
He's not bad at all.
There's not many good centers.
Serviceable.
But he's a good center.
I mean, he's no Boogie Cousins.
He's
not playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. But, I mean, he's still serviceable.
Did you see the dude from the Clippers, Tobias Harris? He turned down an $80 million contract extension. I think for like 4 years. Yeah, exactly. That guy's playing chess. I mean, he's playing chess,
no,
bro.
because he turned it down.
Yeah, but
someone's gonna kick him a 1 year, $5 million deal.
Nah, bro.
He's back to playing chess.
He's gonna re-up next year. Next year, he's gonna make that splash.
He's gonna get paid.
He's gonna get paid.
Next year's free agency is gonna be wild.
Can't
wait.
Yeah, that's right.
Can't wait. Right behind the Lakers drama this season.
Yes. You got any MLB predictions? Back to baseball for the second half. Because
if I go back to what our MLB preview said, I think I'm spot on in the American League.
I think everybody is, Ed.
Yeah, I mean the American League is pretty.
Way to go out on the limb, man.
Hey, look, it was genius shit what I said back then. All right, just because everyone else said it, they probably heard it from me first, right? Dude in a dapper shirt like this must be right. So in the American League, I'm spot on. We'll see how it shakes out once those 4 teams are there. I don't even care if the Mariners make the wild card. And then in the National League, I had it half right.
Yeah.
Right? Dodgers and Cubs. And then I completely foobarred the NL East.
Yeah, Washington,
which
Mets,
I thought was easy. But how many people had Philadelphia and Atlanta? Some people may have had Atlanta. A couple of Braves fans, probably. But I still think it's the Cubs and the Dodgers in the National League. So I don't think I'm crazy there.
It's pretty boring. I had the same picks you did.
Well, yeah, because I'm smart.
But I picked them first.
No, you didn't.
We can go back.
That's right. Let's go back. Who picked first? I did.
Yeah, no. I mean, the AL should stay the same, man. I don't see any of these other American League teams giving Houston, Cleveland, Boston, and the Yankees a run.
The only thing is, right? There's going to be one. Seattle's going to be a wild card team, or maybe Oakland. And in a 1-game playoff, I guess anything can happen against the Yankees, and that might mess up our division series predictions. But other than that, no, it looks pretty ho-hum.
And in the National League, I mean,
did you have anything right in the National League?
Well, we had the same one, so we got half of them so far, right? Chicago and Dodgers.
Yeah, but who did you have in the NLCS?
Oh, I had the Mets. Yeah, I had the Mets. Mm-hmm. I had the finger, toe, mouth infested Mets.
Mm-hmm. So
against Boston.
So you have no shot.
Shut up.
It'll be interesting. I hope Philadelphia and Atlanta make it. I really do, because I think it'll make for an interesting series. Philadelphia, Atlanta, one of them will be the wild card. Have to go up against Arizona in a 1-game playoff. I think that'll be a lot of fun to watch. And then Philadelphia or Atlanta or Arizona against the Cubs and the Dodgers. I think the National League playoffs will be interesting in that it won't be easy to predict. And I think the American League will be fun to watch in that it won't be easy to predict, but it's going to be at the highest level because those 4 teams are so good.
Before we get off baseball, there's 10 days or whatever to the trade deadline.
Yeah.
7 days, whatever. We mentioned the Nationals. We talked about it last week. They got to figure out what they're going to do with Harper. Are they going to fork over the money? Get something back. Because that would be a real splash here in the next few days.
Here's the problem. No one, I don't think, with his performance this year, no one is going to give the Nationals what the Dodgers were willing to give the Orioles for Machado. Especially because the Nationals are a good team. So no one in the Nationals is going to do it. And I don't know that anyone in the American League has the stones to do it. You
don't think Cashman will do it? Cashman might do it, bro.
No,
I think he has the stones.
And here's the other thing. I think Washington believes that they're going to be able to sign him, and they're going to be able to sign him at a discount because of this season. Instead of that $400 million, because the talk was 10 years, $400 million.
Right.
I think they can get him for $350 now, and that's a big savings for a guy that they still believe is a $400 million player. Right. But hey, man, you shit the bed in 2018. So
I'll tell you what.
But I'll tell you what. Since the home run derby, I mean, it's only been a week. He's playing ball again.
Well, they need to figure it out because not only you got.
I think they have figured it out. I think they're gonna go. They're gonna sign him. Do they think they feel confident that they can sign him?
Yeah, but you gotta. Well, yeah. I don't know, cause dude, you got Max Scherzer too, man. You can't let that go to waste. You know what I mean?
Well, when is his deal up?
I don't know the details on his deal, but I mean, still, dude, you got the best pitcher in baseball. You got
a good pitching staff. Period.
Yeah.
Right? That's why I think they feel confident they're going to keep him.
There's no way the Yankees offer up something for Harper, bro. All their top 5 prospects.
They're not going to offer 5 prospects.
Why not?
They're not.
They could.
No, because the Yankees feel like they could win with what they have right now.
I don't know.
They don't need another bat. They're going to break the record. They're going to break the record for most home runs in a season.
They need another pitcher is what they need.
Yeah, so what are they going to do?
But
convert Bryce Harper over to a pitcher? He's not Shohei Ohtani.
You ever got a boo-boo when you were younger? This is the perfect Band-Aid. You get Harper. You get Harper.
And you
don't need pitching. You don't need pitching.
They already don't need pitching. They're going to break the record for home runs.
The Mets have 3 GMs. The Yankees would have a 3-headed monster of an outfield.
My God, can you imagine that? Harper, Judge,
sick.
And Stanton. Oh my goodness.
That'd be pretty sick.
Yeah, no, I don't think the Yankees are going to make that deal, and quite frankly, I think the Nationals feel like they're going to sign him.
Yeah.
Which, good for them.
Yeah, because I would have won him for quadruple 400.
Yeah, you're not going to get your money back on that. Even from a marketing perspective, I don't think you're going to get your money back on that.
Marketing maybe.
$400 million?
What's that? A 10-year deal?
Dude, how many more asses is he going to put in the seats at Yankee Stadium?
All the jerseys he's going to sell, bro.
Bro, ain't nobody buying that many 34 jerseys.
You know what? That right there, you just saying that might be a reason why the Nationals do sell. How much more money are you going to make off of him?
Well, they have to do it because they want to win. The Yankees would do it for business purposes because they don't
have
need
they won yet so far with Bryce Harper? They have not won.
No, but you know how it is. They think they have enough talent, and except for a few injuries, and we get rid of this manager and blah blah blah. We're one piece away.
That's a good point you make, bro. How much more could they benefit? How much more as an owner, as a franchise, can they benefit off of Harper? Because you're talking a 10-year deal. He's about what, 25, 26? So after the 5th year of that contract, once he once he passes 30,
yeah, but then at that point you get into career numbers, which do drum up a lot of business.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? If he stays healthy, hits a lot of home runs. I mean, he could be in the chase for, just getting to 500 home runs would be a big deal. 600, 700, maybe even 800. So, I don't know. I don't think they're going to deal him. I can't imagine that they're going to deal him.
Well, it'd definitely be a nice spice to the trade deadline.
Yeah, that would certainly ramp up the conversation.
Oh yeah.
Holy shit. That would be something else. Moving on. I want to talk about Tiger a little bit.
You want to talk about Tiger?
I do. I realize it was the British Open, which we don't pay as much attention to. But, look, Tiger played well all 4 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the hunt all 4 rounds. He was actually in the lead at one point for like 5 minutes on Sunday. Tiger's back. Well,
is he?
That's what I was going to ask you. Is he back? He played well. Look, he played well. That golf course is not an easy course. 8 under by Molinari is what won it. But I guess my point is he played well. He didn't win. It's good to see him back. It's very good for golf because they put all of their eggs. They continue to put all of their eggs in the Tiger Woods basket, which irritates the shit out of me because Molinari beat a bunch of studs, and really we should be talking about him, and yet all I heard on ESPN was about how well Tiger Woods played, which I think is, again, golf just does not get it. You need more stars. You cannot bank on one guy. And they continue to do it, but whatever. What do you think? You think he's back? You think he's now going to be challenging for majors one after the other, maybe even winning one?
Absolutely not. No, he's not back. He hasn't won anything, so he's not back. Yeah, that's great. A top 6 finish. His days are behind him, bro. That's it. He's not winning
He's ready
another
for the senior tour.
He's not winning another major. Jack is safe.
I think Jack is safe. He's not going to win 4 more majors.
You know, I've said it before in the past. I watch golf because when Tiger's in it, but you know what? I didn't give 2 shits about it this weekend.
Well, but that's the British Open.
No,
they play at like 6 in the morning.
It's a major.
Yeah, but we never really get into the British Open here because they play it at 6 in the morning and it's hard.
Yeah, but it's still Tiger. You still want to watch. You'll watch.
Yeah.
Because, well, we watch anything. But, I think the ship has sailed for him, man. I don't...
I disagree. I think, look, is he going to win by 10 strokes like he won the 97 Masters? No, I don't think he's going to do that. But if he's in contention at the next, let's say he's in contention at the next 4 majors, at some point something will, break his way and he'll win. Or come really close to winning, right? Come down to the final couple holes. So I disagree with you. I think he's back. I think he is, in this long layoff that he had, in this long-winded recovery period to coming back, this is by far the best golf he's played. And while I don't think he's striking the fear of God or maybe the fear of Tiger Woods of 97 into other golfers, all you have to do is be in the mix. You have to be in the mix. And that's what he's doing, or at least that's what he did this weekend. And it bodes well on a difficult course, not his favorite style, not his liking, with all the wind and all that other crap. To come back to the PGA Championship here in August, I think he's going to be in it. I think he's going to make some noise. Is he going to win again? I don't know. Is he going to win 4? Absolutely not. I don't think he's going to challenge Jack, but I think he's going to be in the mix. I think it's going to be to the point where he may actually be down to the final 3-4 holes on Sunday. And that's it. That's super exciting. And I tell you what, no one's happier than the PGA Tour because they continue to bank on him.
Being in the mix is not good enough for me. If I felt that Tiger has a chance of winning another major or even a tournament, then okay. But being in the mix, I don't care for a top 6, top 10 finish from Tiger at this point. I want to see him win. But I don't feel like he's going to win.
But my point is, aren't you going to... If the British Open happens at 3 in the afternoon and he's in the lead in the middle of the final round, aren't you going to tune in at that point? Isn't that going to be enough to draw you, a little more casual fan?
No. I'm pretty sure I got other things to do.
Liar.
Than to, well, yeah, I may be lying. I probably don't have other things to do. But, no, I mean, at this point, man, that's it. He's look,
So you're going to start watching after he wins a major?
Bro, his comeback, how long is his comeback? How long is one's comeback?
Dude, he had serious back problems.
3, I understand that, but it's 3 years?
He had back problems.
3 years, bro.
And now he's dry. He's off the hookers.
Well, he needs to get back on because that was helping, obviously.
I think so.
Or they need to get back on, either or.
Was it hookers or porn stars?
I don't know, but you know who we should be talking about in this British Open? David Pepperell. The guy shot a 4 under in the 4th round, or overall. I can't remember. Drunk, hungover.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you hear about
No,
that?
I have not heard.
Yeah, I read the story. I was like, now that's exciting.
Personally, I play golf better when I've had a couple of beers in me. In fact, usually about the 8th hole is when I start warming up. Once I've had a couple beers in me, I'm good.
You're good.
Yeah.
I do great, bro. And when it comes to mini golf, drunk, I'm good.
We should do that. We should get hammered and go play putt-putt.
We said we would one time. We need to do that.
All right, let's do that. We'll have our own major.
See how exciting that turned? Tiger's not exciting no more. Listen,
drunk putt-putt is.
Yes. Thanks, David Pepperell, for bringing the family together.
I love it. We'll have the Positive Sports Podcast Open.
Yes.
All right, let's do
I'm
that.
down for that.
I'm down. Let's do that.
We should.
Take the kids?
I'm going to kick his ass.
Take the kids with us?
Yeah, we can take the kids.
We'll smoke them.
Oh, yeah. I'll beat him with the golf club across the knee and they're done.
Shit.
They won't be able to putt
My
no
kids
more.
are better at hockey with a golf club than they are at putt-putt.
We can take him out, bro.
Easily.
When they're not looking, you just freaking throw the golf ball at him.
Throw the golf ball away. The next thing you know, they're running in the street.
You sound like bad parents.
We are.
Might make for a good movie.
That's got like oh geez, what are those
Daddy,
vacation movies?
Big Daddy.
Yeah, you could be like that.
Adam
or those
Sandler.
vacation movies. God, what are they with Chevy Chase?
Oh,
National Lampoon's Family Vacation. There you go. Oh man, that's good.
Well,
all right, let's wrap this puppy up.
Let's wrap it up.
Shout out. Hey, wait a minute. Before you do shout outs.
What's up?
If you want to get a hold of the show, tell us where to score some ADD meds. You can reach the show at positivesports10@gmail.com. Positivesports10@gmail.com. If you want to get a hold of me and tell me to stop drinking so much coffee, you can do so on Twitter at eMontana21. If you want to talk to the guy in the camo hat,
as always, on Twitter, Brooklyn Gaucho.
Excellent. Shout out.
My shout out goes to Javier Baez and the Chicago Cubs.
Fuck.
I finally did it. I stole his shout out. That's what you get for pressuring me to do a shout out every week.
God damn it, I'm going to write...
Think of one on the spot. That's
write,
it. That's my shout out. Your turn.
I'm going to write like 5 of them.
You're I'm done. Go on the spot. Come on, smart, fancy, schmancy, smock wearing. Come on, guy.
It's a mock neck. It was a mock neck. This is a dress shirt.
Nah, listen, man. At a game, that guy was a dirtbag. It was clearly intentionally to the kid.
I even went back and looked at the video. He was calling for the ball.
Who was?
The guy.
Oh, the guy?
So he knew that the ball was thrown into the row in front of him. I mean,
that's just
he knew.
Yes. Come on.
Go on with your shot.
Let's be a little more nicer. No, I mean, look, man, great gesture by the Cubs and Javier Baez for giving him a signed ball and another game ball. And shout outs to the kid for not crying or anything, man. He looked like, okay, whatever.
Shout out to the mom for not going postal on that guy.
Seriously, because I think I would have.
And then he gave it to his wife or his girlfriend or whatever. If I was the mom being a woman, and now the woman had it, I'd have snatched it right out of her hand.
And did you see, he patted the guy to his left who looked like an older gentleman. He did not look amused by that.
Yeah, the older guy's like, you're a
I mean, he laughed, but
the older guy's like,
yeah.
Okay, yeah, good job, buddy.
Yeah. So there you have it. That's our shout out.
No, that's your shout out. I have a shout out.
That's it, man. That's all I got, bro.
Dude, I can ad lib with the.
What do you do if you're that kid's dad? You're there with your son.
If I'm that kid's dad,
in all honesty, what do you do? Because the Brooklyn in me I think the Brooklyn in me would have came out, bro.
Yeah,
I really would not want it to, but it would be very hard for me.
With your kid there, jeez. I think.
Does it depend how old your kid is?
How old was that kid? Like 5 or 6, 7?
Yeah, he didn't look any more than that.
I mean, look. I mean, the way... So, let's say that kid was 7, right? For argument's sake. I curse in front of my kids, so I don't think my kid would have been like, oh, man.
Yeah.
I just said the F word.
Right.
Heck, my kid was 18 months using the S word,
yeah.
Right? So, which is... Should I share that story as we go into this? The baseball one?
That's a good one.
So...
Might as well, fuck it.
Actually, that'll be part of my... We'll go back to my shout out. But anyway, yeah, I think I got to let the guy have it. Yeah. I mean, verbally, obviously, I'm not going to punch him and get thrown in jail, but man, there'd be a part of me wishing he would swing at me so I could KTFO that guy.
Yeah, I probably would have turned around and said some nice words to him.
Yeah.
Just to kind of...
Ask him for his address to send him a Christmas card.
Yeah, a little something. I mean, that was really... That kind of put me in a bad mood after I seen that, dude. I know.
It was such a dick thing to do.
Yeah, it really was. Go ahead, man.
So the story, before I do my shout out, I'll do the story.
Go ahead.
So my son was probably not even a year and a half old, probably 16 months old. In the backyard. You've seen this video, I'm sure.
I have.
So he's in the backyard. It's getting dark, so you can't see the video real well. Otherwise, we probably would have sent it to America's Funniest Home Videos.
All right.
And so he's back there. He's got one of those big barrel plastic bats, and I've got a little plastic ball that I'm throwing. And so they're taking the video of him. My wife's taking the video of him, just him, right? And so I throw the ball, and he whacks it. And you hear my reaction because it whizzes right past my ear. And I go, ooh, as I kind of duck.
Right.
And he stops, turns to his mother, and says, oh, holy shit.
And you could hear it as clear as day.
I mean, it's like, it was hilarious, and my wife is just mortified. And I'm like, I can't believe his Uncle Alex taught him that.
That's my nephew.
My shout out goes to, if you watched the ESPYs last week, my shout out goes to all of those women who got up on stage to win the Arthur Ashe Courage Award. Mm-hmm. Those women speaking out, and that sisterhood, whatever they're calling it, sisterhood of sorrow, I don't even know what it is, but that sisterhood of all of those women that have been betrayed by Nasser and USA Gymnastics and all that. What a powerful statement. What a powerful moment to gather so much strength and so much courage to stand on that stage together and to make a statement like that, to make people aware that it's not okay, that you need to talk to someone, that you need to say something, and you need to protect not just yourself, but your fellow man, or in this case, girls or whatever. What a powerful statement. I admire the courage that those women had to stand on stage and do that. I have made it perfectly clear on this podcast that I absolutely detest Nasser and what he did to those women. And for them to show that courage on that stage was one of the most beautiful things I think I've ever seen. My hat's off to him. I don't know that I would have had that kind of courage. And so I really commend them for doing that and having a voice for people of abuse. And hopefully one day we won't have to have these shout outs and have these comments and stuff like that. So my shout out goes to them.
Speaking of the ESPYs, shout out to the best team of the year, the Houston Astros. I'm sure some of our listeners will agree. Thank you.
Yeah, I thought it was a no-brainer.
Yeah,
I mean, what other team would you put? The Warriors? I mean, they win all the time.
I just said that to be a dick.
I know.
I hope he listens.
And I'm doing this to.
I hope he listens.
I'm sure he will.
That bud's for you, buddy.
Yeah, I can't think of another team deserving it, to be honest. I think we just lost a subscriber. If you want to subscribe, you can reach this podcast on YouTube, iTunes, Google Play, Podbean. Subscribe, like, retweet, cut, caption, comment, whatever you want. We appreciate all the support from all of our family and friends of the show. And with that, we've come to the end of another wonderful episode of the Positive Sports Podcast. We didn't talk about number 28.
We didn't. Who's 28? That's a good one. Shoot.
Daniel Murphy.
Daniel Murphy. Hey.
That's the only one I can think of.
That's a great one. We rolled Murphy to the World Series.
Yeah, and then watch them leave. Anyway, so that's that. That is episode 28 of the Positive Sports Podcast. As always, thank you very much for your support. We love you guys. We will see you in about a week. Oh, before we sign off, one thing. Next Tuesday night on UFC Fight Pass, a friend of the show will be fighting on Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series. Juan the Kraken Adams. Tuesday night, July 31st. Catch it on UFC Fight Pass, Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series. Juan the Kraken Adams. It will be a great heavyweight fight. Actually, they have 2 heavyweight fights on there. It should be a lot of fun. But the Kraken, good friend of the show. I talked to him recently. Training is going great. Weight looks good. And he's looking mean and lean. I can't wait to see him. Tuesday night, July 31st, UFC Fight Pass, Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock Central. Catch that. And as always, folks, thank you very much for your time. We appreciate it. And as always, ignore the negativity. Be the positivity.
Peace.